Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, guys, I'm really excited, but I'm also really nervous at the same time because I'm going to be trying out the new Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Beautiful Skin Foundation, and I'm going to be doing an all-day wear test of this to see how well it compats with my oily skin. But I've seen so many of you guys in my comment section saying that I'm not going to like this because it's so hydrating and so dewy. So I'm kind of like, shit. So you guys want to see what this foundation is all about. If you guys want to see my 12-hour wear test and does this hold up on oily skin, well then definitely keep on watching. Okay guys, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous to try out this foundation because so many of you guys are telling me that this is not meant for oily skin. And then I saw Michaela Nagori on TikTok do a whole review on this, and she said how much she loved this foundation, that this is going to be her wedding foundation. And she has dry skin. I am the complete opposite. So now I'm kind of nervous because I'm like, shit. I'm very oily. Now, when I bought this, I originally didn't know that this was a very hydrating foundation. I just saw that it's good for concealing like large pores, so I bought it. And now I'm kind of like, oop, because on here it says this is a medium coverage, light as air foundation infused with hydrating hyaluronic acid, which is actually really good for oily skin, by the way. It has brightening rose complex. The skin looks more beautiful instantly and over time for a healthy looking glow. Brighter, smoother looking complexion. It has undetectable coverage. It improves the look of skin with each wear. It is clinically proven results. It boosts hydrations to up to 166%. Skin looks plumper and smoother by up to 181%, and skin tone looks more even up to 210%. Over 90% of the users agree that it minimizes the appearance of pores. It reduces the appearance of pigmentation and dark spots, and skin appears instantly brighter. So that's a little nerve-wracking because if you guys don't know, I have probably said this 500 times, I'm really oily. So this shall be fun. Okay, so on the website, or at least on Sephora's website, there are 30 shades, and this does retail for $44. And there's actually quite a few of them that's actually sold out. And I want to say the reason why these are sold out is probably because of Michaela's review. She can sell at anything like there's no tomorrow, and it's just freaking crazy. But it says that the highlights is that this is long wearing, it has a natural finish, it's best for dry, combo to normal skin. Oh. It's medium coverage, it has hyaluronic acid, and it's cruelty-free. This is a 16-hour natural glow foundation with buildable medium coverage to hydrate, smooth, blur pores, and brighten skin. So that is definitely a little nerve-wracking because you guys already know that I am very, very, very oily, but we're still going to try this out. Nonetheless, I want to see how well my oil holds up under this foundation, whether it's going to hold up for an hour or 6 hours. We're going to do a full all-day wear test. I'm going to do a lot of check-ins for you guys to show you guys what this is like on oily skin. Now, the shade that I got was shade 4 Neutral. Typically in Charlotte Tilbury, with their Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter Foundation, I'm actually shade 5 Neutral, but that tends to run just a shade darker than my normal skin tone, only because I love to wear that foundation during the summer because it does a great job at holding back the oil, containing the sweat, and it really does a great job at being transfer proof. So I like to wear that during the summer, particularly when I go and tan a lot. So I decided to get just a little bit of a lighter shade. We can always deepen it up just a little bit by adding some more bronzer and contour to the face to make it match better, but I figured why not just go for shade 4 Neutral. So looking at the component, this is how the product looks. Very, very beautiful. I'm so excited. I really do enjoy Charlotte Tilbury products. Like, I can see why they're worth the price point. Like, truly, I am so excited to dive into this. I don't know if this is going to be the correct shade match. It might be just a little bit light, but like I said, we'll just have to like deepen it up. So here we have, this is how it looks right here. Oh, you know what? That actually might work. And it doesn't really have the smell. The Flawless Filter Foundation actually has like a really perfumey scent, so this does not. It does say on here that this is a water-based foundation. The first ingredient is water and aqua, so I'm gonna make sure that I use primers that are water-based as well, because if you guys don't know, water and oil do not mix. So if you wanna make sure that you guys can use the right primer for the right foundation. So typically if I use a silicone-based primer, I'm gonna use this. So typically if I use a silicone-based foundation, I'm gonna use a silicone-based primer. If I use a water foundation, I'm going to use a water primer, because if you use silicone and water together, they just don't mix and it looks really bad on the skin. So I'm going to try to give this foundation a fair chance. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in and we're gonna get this started. Don't mind my eyes, I'm currently in the middle of another review, but we're gonna be trying out the new beautiful skin foundation right here. So this is a water-based foundation, so I am gonna use water-based primer. So the first one I'm gonna go into is the Revlon Prime Plus. This is mattifying and pore reducing. I'm not sure if it does the best job at actually reducing the appearance of pores and containing the oil, but since it is water-based, I do want to use this because I want to get this foundation the best chance that I can. So we're just going to go in there. We're going to kind of like push this into the pores to really, really hope it contains as much oil as possible. Next, we're going to go into the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This is another water-based primer. I really do love this primer. It's so good at like smoothing out the face. So freaking good. Now, typically I'd want to use my Tarte Timeless Pore Filling Primer, but since that is a silicone base, it's not gonna really mesh well with this foundation. So I'm gonna try to do what I can because I really like this to like not be a waste of money. I still have my receipts, luckily, but it's just a pain. Right, let that soak in for just a second. Actually, what I think I might do is I might take a little bit of my Nakia Joy Velvet Finishing Powder right here. I'm gonna take just a small bit. Very small. I'm just gonna kind of push that into my really oily spot and try to like lock that in to see how well this can contain the oil, because you guys got me so nervous in the comment section that this was not going to work for me. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and take this foundation. We're gonna take several pumps. It's about 2 pumps, so it should be enough to cover the whole face. We're gonna take this and we're gonna start to just dab this on the skin. Oh, it's actually a really perfect match. Okay, so upon initial application, looks very, 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 very shiny. Like really shiny. I could definitely still see my pores. They're super visible. I forgot to dermaplane my face so I can see all my peach fuzz, which is whatever to see peach fuzz. It doesn't look bad at all. It's just, I don't really know how I feel about it yet. It just looks very, very, very shiny. Definitely, I feel like the perfect match when it comes to my skin color. I think it's definitely the perfect match. But I just feel like right now it looks like it's just sitting on the face instead of like melting into the face. Like when Michaela put hers on, it looks so freaking beautiful. But I have texture skin. I don't think she does. So go ahead and finish off the rest of the face. We're going to come back to see how the foundation looks. And I'm going to do a wear test throughout the day. But so far, it doesn't look bad. But it doesn't look the prettiest either, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't know. So I'll be back. All right, guys. So this is my face fully on. And as you guys can see, my face is shiny. I don't know how well you guys can see it on camera, but my face is shiny. I have only been wearing this now for probably about 30 minutes. And I don't think this is going to be good for my skin. I don't think this is going to be good. I don't think this is going to last very long for my oily skin. You guys can already see where I'm getting pretty dewy already. Granted, I do have some highlighter on, but I just don't like how this looks right here. My pores are really, really accentuated. Like you can even see right here where oil is starting to just kind of like come through. And I've only had this for like 30 minutes on my face. So I'm not really sure how well this is going to hold up, but I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys out. We're gonna talk about the foundation and then I'm gonna start to do my wear test for you guys. Okay guys, so I've had this foundation on now for about 45 minutes and let's take a look at it. Well, right now it's not bad, but I could see where I'm definitely like having some issues like right here. I'm starting to get really oily right here and I've only had this on for about 45 minutes. And my foundation is starting to break apart. I don't know if it's because of the horrible concealer that I used, setting powder, but it's just not blending very well. Everywhere else still looks really fine. I don't really see any issues with it, but we're definitely going to keep trying it out. It just sucks because I really wanted this to be a really beautiful foundation, and it very well could be. It could really surprise me and knock me out of the water by the end of this review. But so far, it's definitely not bad, but it's definitely not my favorite. Like I can see where I'm definitely radiant in some spots and some like glowing, hydrating in other spots, which would be great if you had dry skin, but I'm very oily, so I don't know how well this is going to hold up. It's just unfortunate because like you have people like Michaela on TikTok do wonderful reviews about these, but she also has a different skin type, so I really can't blame her. I just really wanted to give this a go because some foundations can work for me even though I'm really oily, but some don't. It just depends on what type of products you use. So I have high hopes. I hope that by the end of this review, I do like this foundation, but as of right now, it's okay. It's definitely not bad. It's definitely not my favorite. I will say the color is a perfect match. I do like the fact that it doesn't have a smell to it, and it was actually very easy to work with. It has beautiful packaging. I like the shade range. The price point is right on point. So hopefully I like this foundation, but we'll see as time wears on. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling on, and we're gonna jump straight into the wear test. Okay guys, so I just got done filming the foundation review, and I just kind of want to show you guys a close-up of what I'm dealing with. So here we have the foundation. It's only been on for about 45 minutes now. You guys can clearly see my pores. It doesn't do anything to minimize the appearance of pores. This concealer that I'm wearing is a fucking joke. Like, it looks so freaking bad. So I'm not even gonna blame the concealer. I'm not gonna blame the foundation on that. I'm gonna blame the concealer because that is just so dry and it's just clinging to my fine lines under my eyes. But here we are right now, 45 minutes in, just got done filming, but I just want to show you guys what my actual skin looks like so you guys can see it up close and personal with no beauty lights. So here we are. So now it's currently 11 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to get my video up for today. And then we're gonna do a check-in throughout this entire day to see how well this foundation holds up. But I have high hopes. Here's wishing. Okay guys, so I'm standing here in natural light to show you guys what my foundation looks like. I've had this on now for 2 hours. And you guys can already see where I'm actually getting pretty dewy. Not that it was really mattified before because it's a very like hydrating dewy foundation, but I just want to kind of show you guys up close what it looks like. Already getting pretty dewy, and I've only had this foundation on now for 2 hours. So I don't think this is going to hold up well for my oily skin. I will say right now, it does look really beautiful. Like, I like when my foundations do look dewy, but it just sucks when my oil starts to really break through. Then it sucks because then it takes away the dewiness and becomes just a huge grease ball. But I do like when it looks a little dewy because it just, I feel like it has a very nice radiant looking look. But guys, I don't know. I'm starting to get pretty dewy and we're only 2 hours in. I don't think this is gonna hold back the oil. So I'm gonna keep doing check-ins throughout the day for you guys. So I just wanna show you guys what we're looking at right now. 2 hours in the natural light. I gotta walk my dogs here in a little bit. When I do, I'll see if I can capture what it looks like in the sun. I probably won't say anything just because I'm gonna be walking my dogs. It gets too hard. But I just wanna at least show you guys what this looks like. And then I'll be doing more check-ins throughout the day, but 2 hours in. I'm over 3 hours now. Okay. Okay, so right now we are at the 9 hours and 33-minute mark. I have my helper here. What does my face look like?
Oily as shit.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
So, baby, let me see this for just a second. Okay, so wow. Yeah, my face looks really, like, look at that. That is so oily. But my face is like really oily right now. So, but I don't know if the foundation's broken up yet. I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna like do like my results or like my feelings on it until I do my 12-hour check-in. So in 3 hours, I'll come back and do the final check-in. But this is where it looks right now at 9 hours. Really, like, do you think I can fry an egg on my face? I've been sitting like this here this entire time. You didn't tell me how oily my face was.
I just figured it was a new thing you were trying to do.
Babe, I have such bad oil. Anyway, so I'll do my last check-in in a couple hours, but this is how it looks right now. Like so. So I'll be back. Okay, so here we are. Final check-in 12 hours later. Let's take a look at the foundation. I'm so fucking oily. It's like not even funny. Like, this is absolutely disgusting. But what I will say about this is that my foundation has not budged. It has not come off in any place on my face. It is still holding on. Like, look at this. Like, do you guys see that? Still holding on like there's no tomorrow. Still holding on, perfectly intact. Like, let me see if I can get like, let me get closer to the light. You guys see that? You guys see that? Still perfectly intact. I'm actually quite shocked that this is still holding on. Like, it's not definitely holding on for oil, but it is still like not budged. I think the only part that's missing is maybe like right here, but I had some soup. Other than that, this foundation is not separated. And that's something I've always told you guys that I really, really appreciate about foundation. I knew that if it got really oily, I can try to save that by doing like a volcanic oil roller, blotting sheets, setting powders. But if it's separated, I couldn't do anything to save that. This foundation can still be saved after 12 hours. And even though I look like an absolute grease ball, I still don't hate it. I don't hate it. Now let me go ahead and quickly do a volcanic roller on my face so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And then we'll give you guys my final judgment. But here we are, 12 hours later. I'm so freaking shiny. I'm so freaking oily. It's not even funny. Like, this is disgusting. Like, this oil is disgusting. I would never be caught dead walking out in public looking like this. I'll tell you that right now. Never, ever, ever. But let me grab my volcanic roller so I can show you guys. Okay, so here is the Revlon. This is a volcanic roller. Let's go ahead and start to just roll away the oil. It's like $11. You guys can find this at Ulta. Okay, my nose is not wanting to work with this. It's like making this like really slippery. Okay, now the majority of my face has been rolled with the volcanic oil. Let's take a look at it one more time. So, okay, so on the nose, it definitely has not held up on the nose. The volcanic roller kind of took away at least this portion right here. That's how oily my nose was, but the forehead is still holding on pretty strong. I am a little cracked right here, just a little bit. I have some dry patches right there, but the foundation on the cheeks are still holding out rather nicely. I didn't get like that little nose crease right there. My chin still holding on. Wow. Okay, guys, so the fact that I'm wearing this, guys, my lips are so messed up. So the fact that I'm wearing this foundation for over 12 hours now, I can safely say that this foundation is not meant for oily skin in the slightest. However, I also don't hate it at all. I think that it held on really well for 12 hours. It didn't separate, it didn't crease, it didn't build up in the corner of my nose. So I really, really, really do appreciate that factor because it allows me to use something like this, a blotting sheet, resetting my face with setting powder to really save the foundation. If I really need to go out and do something, I can fix it. And that is something that I appreciate so much. If the foundation separates, I cannot save it. But the fact that it did not separate is amazing, but it's definitely not good for oily skin. I would not recommend this if you're really oily like myself because it's going to be a pain to have to constantly retouch up your face, to have to use rollers or blotters. It's just going to be a pain. Definitely not meant for oily skin. It actually is quite nice. I actually don't hate it, and I can definitely see myself picking this up time and time again for just a couple hours and that be it. Other than that, not a bad foundation. I'm actually quite surprised. I'm quite surprised. So now I'm getting excited to try the NARS one. If this one turned out nice, surprisingly enough, then maybe that one turned out good too. So yeah, that is my final thoughts on this foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump back over to Allie sitting in the beauty room, even though I'm sitting in the beauty room right now, but you all know what I mean. All right, guys, that is it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys like this video. If you do, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, so I do post 4 to 5 videos a week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for the Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And of course, a huge, huge thank you goes to all these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members that you guys see right here. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, just thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Bye. Do you guys want to see what my thoughts are? See, the best, like, I want to get this foundation like that. We'll definitely have to see. I don't see any issues with it. Hopefully I like this. Hopefully I like this concealer, but it is actually quite. But definitely not meant for oily skin. But